I'm Helen Beckett, editor of the Business Value Exchange at Discover London. There's one word that's been on everyone's lips wherever I go, and that is transformation. Digital transformation, 2 words in fact. It's exciting, but in fact people are getting a little bit overwhelmed. What does it mean? They all know there's a real urgency to this, and they're getting slightly overwhelmed by project morass. Here to talk us through all that, fortunately, is Sukhbinder Gill.
Hi Helen.
Hi Sukhi. So transformation, as we said, it can be overwhelming. It touches on every aspect of the business, every person in fact. What are the typical questions that customers are asking you when they come to get your advice?
They're coming to a technology partner. So they're after our advice on how technology can help them with their business. But they tend to sometimes convert these into technology questions rather than couch them in the context of true business KPIs. So what we tend to find is that in digital transformation, the business challenges that are being faced are enabled through technology, which is why they want us. But these business KPIs are really things like business model innovation or business process transformation or customer experience sort of changes. So if I give you an example, when you talk to an oil company, they may give us a requirement which is all about high performance compute. Yeah. But the real KPI is how to improve the efficiency of geologists and geophysicists in the field.
That's fantastic. There's nothing like a real life example out in the oil rig to really make people realise what is at stake and what is involved as well. And so rather than getting bogged down in digital technology, it's thinking in a new way about business objectives, hard-edged KPIs, I've heard you refer to.
Correct, yeah.
How do you help these customers think and act almost like a startup to look with fresh eyes at their business problems?
Well, because we're technologists, they come to us initially for advice on things like 3D printing, scanning, robotics. What's your point of view on how this can help? But what they're after is a point of view in the context of their industry. So some of this can start off with a sort of exploration session around innovation, a sort of workshop on innovation where you explore these. But ultimately what we're trying to do is get this beyond just a technology idea to actually a business idea. So we do things like digital design services where we're saying, can you describe the business idea in the concept of a business model canvas? A sort of one-page brief of the business idea in terms of its value proposition. Can you describe the customer journey in terms of a customer journey map that we might be able to use to map the technology to? Can you describe the architecture on a high level? Now, I think this is where, in a startup, they would rush to a prototype. And we do want to help with the prototype, but I think why customers come to us is because we also have the industry knowledge. We have the understanding of the business processes and the applications, and how this idea just doesn't need to be rapidly prototyped, but how it would actually really work in practice.
So take a step back, you're saying, forget the rapid prototyping for now. You're describing a roadmap, a process where you really get into the nitty-gritty of the business. I know you're very keen on this idea of line of business-led transformation. How does that not happen normally? How are you getting the line of businesses really involved?
This isn't a classic sort of architecture engagement. There is a level of speed of execution and rapid. So we do need to show the art of the possible. But if you don't show the art of the possible in the context of the problem, it becomes a science project. So what we tend to do is, if it comes from IT, we say, can you describe the business problem? And typically that ends up in an engagement with the business. So I would say, it's not a real digital transformation unless there's a business involvement. And the business involvement isn't at arm's length. They're actually involved in the project, discussing the real challenges they're having. In the context of sort of rapid prototyping, there's also a concept of a minimum viable product. Now, this is sort of not just new to us, but new to them. We're used to building significantly robust systems that take time to develop. But when you're exploring an idea, I think customers are willing to take something that isn't quite fully baked just to see if this is a good idea. So they want to spend a small amount to explore the idea, and if it fails, they want to learn from it. If it works, though, they actually want to scale fast. So this whole approach around rapid development in the context of an industry framework and understanding where the skeletons are buried in terms of the difficult parts of this, they're looking for a partner to help them through this journey.
Okay, Suki, so you described the fact that unless business is involved, it's not real digital transformation. So
Indeed.
thank you so much.
Thank you very much.